It's now. This is Sunday, December 7, 2025. Some hours ago, I brought a news as it was happened then concerning the coup plot in Benin Republic. And in that video, I said that we are going to bring the updates because I know definitely there is going to be an update concerning the coup plot in Benin Republic. As we speak right now, the news we had is that Nigeria deployed the fighter jets to Benin Republic. Nigeria deployed fighter jet to the Benin Republic. Why the president of Nigeria to say something on it? Those of you that watched the video, it's just about 4 hours ago. I made the video. I know a lot of people will say, what concern Nigeria about that? Many people don't know that Nigeria, we are big brothers to Benin Republic. We are big brothers. So definitely everything that happened in that country concerns Nigeria. Everything that happened in Benin Republic concerns Nigeria because we are big brothers to them. So, and that is why whenever you see, it's very easy. If anything is happening in Benin Republic, it's very easy for Nigeria to take action immediately. The fighter jet was deployed immediately. Came out, bam, to Benin Republic. But unfortunately, the coup leader, that is the coup leader, the man, Colonel Tigris, the man ran away. So, and it's very serious as we are talking right now. When I told you, I said that we are going to see whether the coup is going to be successful or not, because I know that, this is not the first time of this thing happening in Benin Republic. So, it's not, the name of the colonel that lead the coup is Colonel Pascal Tigri. So, and as we are talking right now, the man has run away. He left with, and several arrests has been made as we talk right now. Several arrests have been made because the issue is now beyond their capacity. What they did is that I'll play the video because I don't want to waste our time. What they did was that they hijacked the radio stations and broadcast their intentions, and they made everything that they want to, what the people want to know. And after saying that, then the other thing they failed to do is that, number one, they failed to hold the seat of power. They are not in charge of the seat of power. They failed to carry other top leaders that are supposed to be, in charge of other territories within the country. So, and when they discovered that they could not hold it, they have to run away because Nigeria is also involved. Some of the African countries, especially the West Africans, some of them too, they are ready to assist Benin Republic to make sure that Patrick Talon, rescue or the country. So as we speak right now, the man that lead the coup, that is Pascal Tigri, is on the run. So, and the fighter jet deployed from Nigeria has been withdrawn again, heading back towards Nigeria. I said I'm going to give us the updates. So as we speak right now, our fighter jet is probably landed in Nigeria or is on his way back now. Though how many kilometers is Benin Republic to Nigeria? So it's not quite. I'm very sure he's going to take his flight from Lagos. So it's not a thing that is going to take much time. We call it fighter jet, so they are very powerful and fast. So as we speak right now, the fighter jet has been withdrawn back to Nigeria. That's what we call big brothers. So that is what we call big brothers. We really prove that we are the big brothers to the Benin Republic. Let me quickly give us the update on the news so that many of us will understand as we speak right now.
Government says it has foiled a coup attempt after a group of soldiers in the West African nation led by Lieutenant Colonel Pascal Tigri announced on national television that they had ousted the president and seized power. The foreign minister refuted those claims, saying the majority of the National Guard and the military remain loyal to President Patrice Talon. A government spokesperson says 14 people have been arrested in connection with that attempt to take control. Let's take a listen now to the Interior Minister.
Fellow countrymen and women, on this Sunday, December the 7th, 2025, In the early morning, a small group of soldiers engaged in mutiny in order to destabilize the state and its institutions. Before this situation, the Benin armed forces
I'm coming.
and their hierarchy, faithful to their oath, remained Republican. They fought back and allowed the situation to remain under control and to fail the maneuver. The government invites the population to keep acting as usual. Thank you.
For more on this, we can bring in Beverly Oshing, Senior Analyst in Control Risks Global Analysis from Dakar, Senegal.
Now,
Thank you so much for joining us on the program. Benin here has largely been considered one of Africa's more stable democracies. So did news of this coup come as a shock to you?
Well, it did feel quite surprising it happening so soon into the election. Obviously, there has been some political grievances. There are two other political opponents of Talon who have been arrested, charged, and jailed in connection with coup attempts, but it didn't seem as if it was going to build up to a real state attempt, making it all the way to state TV. However, from what we can see, the group that attempted to seize power, which was led by Colonel Tigri Pascal, did not have as much consolidation as they may have thought. If you look into their statement, they seem to be trying to tap into ongoing grievances. They accuse the president, for instance, of not leading the country well, of cracking down on the opposition, various other socioeconomic issues, and perhaps they were trying to trigger protests that would lead to support for them, but the government says that it has taken back control. However, the situation will remain fluid until there's certainty over who actually is in charge, given what has happened.
Now, Beverly, President Patrice is going to be stepping down in April with new elections to be held.
That's
Do you
next
think
year.
the timing of the elections had some impact as to why they acted now?
Slightly various issues. Yes, there will be elections next year, starting with legislative elections and then presidential elections. A few weeks ago, there was some changes to the constitution, which then extended the presidential mandate to 7 years. But I understand that these do not take into effect after this election. In fact, Talon already has a hand-picked successor, who is the current finance minister, who will likely be the one who would be the front runner of this election. There have been long-running grievances since Talon's second term came into effect. In 2019, there had been protests over legislative elections. They seemed one of the most pronounced instances of political protest in the country. But by and large, despite this, Benin has maintained a level of stability, has maintained a level of openness, and so this will be a test to its institutions and whether it is still able to continue consolidating that power and support within the institutions, especially the military and with the opposition.
Now, Beverly, you mentioned there a moment ago that there's a couple of concerns that are happening. The mutinous soldiers mentioned a couple of those. One of them was the president's handling of the deterioration of the security situation in the northern part of the country. How has regional instability in the area impacted Benin?
Benin itself is starting to experience the spread of the militancy in the northern regions, the districts of Atakora and Alabori, which border both Niger and Burkina Faso. Since 2019, there have been some attacks by militant groups, the Al-Qaeda group, which is based in Mali, as well as the presence of Islamic State that has some influence in neighboring Nigeria. In fact, as recently as October, an attack was claimed by the Al-Qaeda group in Nigeria, claiming that it may have used a route through Benin. That insurgency is still far off from really destabilizing Benin, but of course, it is leading to mistrust within the region. There's a lack of coordination between Benin and Niger. The border remains closed. Niger is under military rule in 2023. They accuse Benin of being supported by external actors, including France, to destabilize it. There's also the lack of coordination now between the Multinational Joint Task Force. Benin is a contributor, so is Nigeria, but Niger and Chad pulled out. So there's a lot in flux. But with this particular military coup, even though that was raised as a grievance, for now it's very well away from the capital, Cotonou and Porto Novo. However, it's likely to be a source of concern in the event that this insurgency continues to hold, especially in that Sahel and northern region.
Now, Beverly, to take a little bit of a broader look, in the past 5 years, Africa has seen a rise in military coups. This one here apparently thwarted, but what does all of that say for the future of democracy on the continent?
There are definitely concerns, especially this coming just after what happened in Guinea-Bissau, which was during an election period. Elections themselves are no longer being seen as a means of measuring democracy or the certainty of political transitions. And so it can be an instance where militaries take advantage to try and intervene politically. There will be long-standing concerns. I think ECOWAS, the Economic Regional Bloc, has raised concerns about the state of democracy, given that this is happening primarily in the region. But we did see in Madagascar a coup as a result of protests by young people over socioeconomic grievances. And right now, I think governments are under a lot of pressure to provide for the public, especially for younger people, and to thwart instances where the military feels inclined to step in as an arbiter, even though we've seen in the Sahel and even in Sudan, this hasn't really been the case.
Beverly,
Now,
thank you so much for sharing your...
you heard what the lady said. If you look at, for those of you that have been in Benin Republic, you will know that Benin is far in terms of organized. They are far better. Though they are a small country, they are a very small country, but they are better in terms of, at least those of you who have been to Benin Republic, you know what I'm saying. It's not something that I can be describing, and this some people say, it's why, how come it's going to come? They are okay, they are organized. But there's no country that does not have their own peculiar problem. So, like among what those soldiers said, they said that the armies, the military, they have been marginalized. They are not paying them well. Then they mentioned other things also about the terrorists in their northern part of and which is the same thing with Nigeria. Terrorists all over. But in terms of well-being and in terms of economic activities, I think Benin Republic, they are still enjoying. Like Yoruba people will say, wọ́n fẹ́ràn jẹ̀kọ ni, àbí wọ́n fẹ́ràn jẹ̀kọ. In terms of some things, at least they are still better. But lo and behold, the coup plotters, that's Patrick, said there's a need for them, for the military to take over. And that is why they've done what they... But as we are talking right now, the man is on the run, and they have arrested several military officers, their leaders and the people that are connected with the coup plot. They have arrested them. And Nigerian fighter jet is also withdrawn from from going back to Benin Republic as we talk right now. What's your own opinion concerning what you have said? You can see the activities, the involvement. I said Nigeria is going to, the president, that is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is going to react on this, because if we are big brothers to Benin Republic, so if anything is happening in that country, definitely we are going to be involved in it. That's why the fact that they are a small country anyway, we are going to involve in it. So a lot of activities now in the government, because Patrick Talon and the government, they have been trying to reshuffle the cabinet so that this kind of things will not repeat itself, as we've been hearing that it happened some months ago also. So if this thing is keep on coming, is repeating itself, that means something is wrong. And that is the area I think the president needs to, because according to the Nigerian president, they said that they are deeply concerned about the people of Benin Republic and the welfare of their president, that is Patrick Talon. That is the message from the presidency. So what's your own opinion on this? Well, we have said about, we have heard it, and we have seen what happened in Benin Republic. Let's meet in the comment section. Tell about it, like it, tell about it, subscribe. Please help us like, share, and subscribe for more updates. On this channel, we give you updates, we bring it updates, and we talk it as it is. No minus, no addition. Please help us like this video, share, and subscribe. This is iSeen TV. Ẹ ṣé o, 10:30 sí wa ní gbogbo ìgbà. iSeen TV.